And welcome to the MEWPHUB YouTube channel. Jordan Hardcastle and I made a tool to make our lives a little bit easier. Bit of background information. We've worked in the powered access industry now since about 2011. We've worked in various different roles, including telesales, field sales, operations. I've done a bit of operating as well, and I'd been a company director for a short period as well. So we've sort of done every job out there within the powered access industry, excluding engineer. So we know what it's like when you have to spec jobs up when you're either in a hire desk or on site. So we built a little tool to help us do that. So it's called MEWPHUB. It's had a few names during its development period, but we've settled on MEWPHUB. And then we've got a bunch of tools that come under the sort of MEWPHUB umbrella. So we'll start with the top tool. So our top tool, which we've been in development since, about 2022, 2023, which we've got. What we might post some pictures later on down the line, but pictures of its original versions from 2022 for 2023. But where it's settled on now is this. So as you can see, we've got 320 machines in the library so far, 13 pages. And that's not just spiders and truck mounts, which is what we tend to do mainly. It's got your boom lifts, pickup mounted boom lifts, scissor lifts, spider lifts, truck mounts, underbridge units, van mounts, mast lifts, the lift configuration, whether it's articulate, telescopic, mast or scissor lift. You could filter by the weight that you've got to play with, what working height you need, what outreach you need, the lift capacity you need. Will it fit? So in theory, if you put a door height and width in there, it'll show you what machines will go through it. And the operational width will filter by either fully jacked, one side narrow and narrow jacked configurations. So for example, if I put 3 meters in there, it'll show me which machines can work in there using its full working envelope, e.g. a scissor lift or a mast lift will, depending on what height width you put in there, obviously. Whether it will fit in there but on a one side narrow capacity, in which case it will sort of warn you that you'll work off the wide side, but there's a chance that your working envelope will be restricted off the narrow side. And then it'll show you a fully narrow jacked machines that'll fit within that operational width. Again, with the disclaimer that your full working envelope may be sort of restricted based on your jacking width and on the machine, because some machines will give you outreach on narrow. So that's quite clever. So we've got a fair few tools on here which we can sort of filter. So we can filter boom lift, scissor lift, truck mount, and we just tick these and it'll show you. There's a little search box here. So if I search for platform basket, you can see all the platform basket models that we've got on here. You can clear any filters that you got. If you've got filters applied, a little clear button comes down here. You can search by your favorites. So I've got favorited the machines that I sort of look at frequently, so I can search through them 29 machines for a solution, which comes in really handy sometimes. As you can see on here, the favorited ones have got a gold star next to them. If you wanted to favorite one of these, just pop a little gold star next to it and that'll add it to your favorite selection, so providing you've got an account. So on here you've got a couple of options. You've got details and you've got compare. So we'll go for details first, just to give you an idea. In fact, we'll just quickly talk through the cards. So these preview cards will always tell you the manufacturer, the type of machine that it is, the model number for the machine, working height, outreach, capacity, weight, height, width and length. So it'll always summarize this information for you, because then you can sort of see that and think, right, that might be in the right ballpark. Let's zoom in and look at more data. So then you click details and you've got all of the data written out, simple to read, which we've input for you. And then you've got the manufacturer spec sheet on the right, which you can scroll down. No doctor spec sheets on this website. We're purely going to use the manufacturer spec sheets just so the data is as accurate as possible. Sometimes when you're on site, as you know, the data is important. You're playing with millimeters, centimeters. You want the data to be accurate. So we prefer manufacturer spec sheets on here, which we'll continue to do. So specifications, you can look at similar machines. So similar machines to this model is the 1890, the Blue Lift 18, the Easy Lift R180, the CMC 18F. And if I wanted to click on one of these, it would take me to that machine. Fairly straightforward so far. As you can see, it just takes you to that machine. So take you back to the page. We'll search for, let's have a look. We'll put 3 meters in here. No, we won't. We'll put 2.5 because on the last, 7.5. we want a few options. So this machine will set up within a 2.75 width, but I imagine that's going to be fully narrow jacked. Then you've got, we'll do 3 meters just so you've got more options to play with. Sorry everybody. Oh, it's because I'm on my favourites, that's why. Apologies. We'll go back to 2.5 then. That's better. So we've got 209 machines that will work within their full working envelope within 2.5 meters. It'll tell you their width in the top right corner in green. Scroll down. Oops. This machine will work on a one-side narrow jacked. So you can see you've only got one machine that will work one-side narrow jacked within 2.5 meters. You can click that machine. So we'll go back. And then scroll all the way down. Right, so these will only fit in that area fully narrow jacked. So as you can see, gives you a little bit of disclaimer on here to check the working envelope. If you found your way to this website, there's a chance that you're working high professional and you know how to read a spec sheet. If you don't, I'm more than happy to explain it to you, or maybe I'll do it in a future video. But for right now, I'm going to assume that you know how to do that. So go down here, click platform basket. Again, that seems to be the theme of today. And you can see the manufacturer spec sheet. Say you've got a couple of models that you want to compare, so we'll go down again. In fact, what we'll do is we want to do so we'll see that these machines will fit through this sort of size. You've got 80 machines that will fit within this size. Quite a lot of spiders obviously will fit through this size. So we'll go to this page around here, and they've got, let's pick 2 models that aren't platform basket. So we've got a Hanoa 20. Everyone loves a Hanoa 2010 light lift. And then a Toypin Leo 21 GT, which is one of my favourite machines just because it comes in really handy. So we've selected these 2 machines. As you can see, as soon as we've clicked compare, we've got this comparing machines bar up here. You can compare way more than that. So we'll compare a blue lift, and we'll compare a CMC. So we've got 4 machines now. So we'll click compare now. There you go. So now we've got a little comparison between these machines. So we can clear that, or we can click differences. So say it's got, so all this information is the same. You don't really need that. So we'll get rid of that. It'll get rid of the differences. It'll get rid of the same, and it'll just show you the differences. So you can see now the lightest of the 3 is the Hanoa 2010. Horizontal outreach. The one with the best outreach is the CMC S22 HD. Just about. The one with the most lifting capacity, you've got the Blue Lift SA22 and the Toypin Leo 21. The Leo's the only one out of the 3 that can give you negative reach. So it just sort of shows you a summarized view comparison of the data for these 2 machines. So we'll go back to the home page. We'll go now to grid reference. Just a bit of a note on this menu. The top half of this menu of the bar will take you to the tool itself. The bottom half will let you see whatever you've got saved within that category. So I've got my favorite machines showing in the bottom half of the MEWP Finder. So if I'm quickly jumping on the website on my phone or on desktop, and I know what machine I need to look at, and I know it's one we run, so I know it's in my favorites, I can just click it from here, and it'll take me straight to it. How quick was that? I don't have to Google for the machine or find the spec sheet or jump on the website that your company might run to have the spec sheet on there, or other companies if you're rehiring it, or if you're on a hire desk and you're not too familiar with trucks and spiders or every other model of machine that's in the UK. There's a chance you can have to do a bit of filtering, so you can sort of save it on here if you've discovered it and you know that that ticks a box, and then you can just quickly access it. How good's that? So next I'll show you grid reference. So working on a hire desk, sometimes you get sent to sites where they're a bit awkward to find. Then you get your driver ringing you saying, I can't find this machine, have you got a what 3 words? So we've integrated that into here. What 3 words isn't integrated just yet because we're waiting until it's been fully released. We're 99% there, but we don't want to start paying for the API just yet, but it will have it here. So at the minute it gives you you put the post in, or you search for any of this information you can search for in here, and it'll search for it for you. It gives you the grid reference, easting, northing, latitude, longitude. It gives you the full address breakdown, and from there, you can open it from Google, or you can open it from Google Earth. Or you can even open it in what 3 words. Okay, really cool. Saved locations. So all these locations, 53 locations I've got saved. A lot of it's me just testing it. So we'll go to that one there. There you go. And you can see, yep, I've been to that site before. Is that the site I was looking for? No, it was this one. So we'll go to this one. Oh, there you go. And you're there. So you've got all your sites saved. Really easy to access. So you've been to site. You've done a site survey. Let's pretend that you filled in a site survey form. So this form will pull in all the information that obviously you input to other parts of this website, but we'll go through that in another video because I don't want to make this one an hour long. So as you're on site, you can quickly fill this form in. Again, every single thing that you do on this website is saved in the cloud. So if you've got an account, it saves it all in the cloud. So you can save your favorite MEWPs, berthing plans, which we'll get to in a second, your locations, your site survey forms, everything will be accessible from wherever you are. Great, that, isn't it? So we'll go for berthing plan for now. So we'll do a new berthing plan. Let me just get a map up for you. So we're not integrating it with Google. We're assuming if you do berthing plans, then there's a chance that you are copying, snipping tool pictures off Google Earth and putting them in Excel or whatever tool you use to do berthing plans. That's currently what you will have to do for this. We may change that in the future, but for now, this is the way we're going to do it. So you can either paste it on there or you can upload it if you've got the file saved. Really straightforward. This isn't a site I've looked at. I've just quickly found a random address on Google Earth and put it on here. So as you can see, you've got a few options down the side. You've got annotations. You've got your MEWPs, delivery vehicles down at the bottom. You've got specialist accessories, track mats, mobile cranes, tower cranes, spider cranes, underbridge units, traffic management. You've got your drop zones, barriers, cones, that sort of thing. Really cool, really straightforward. So you've got your boom lift, scissor lift, truck mount rear, truck mount articulated. So we've added a truck mount. Okay, but it's going to go to site, and it's not really telling you from this configuration what it is that you're doing. Again, this isn't a real site, so just take this berthing plan with a pinch of salt. So we'll shrink it down a bit so it fits in this little car park. So presumably there's going to be a smaller truck that will fit in here. Well, that's embarrassing. So you've got your boom controls here. So your orange is your upper boom, your blue is your lower boom. So you can, woo, obviously there's no boom this long. You kind of need to know what you're doing. So it's not spec specific, it's purely for you to give a visual idea to your customer what the truck is going to do. So you can sort of position your upper boom, position your telly boom, you can sort of rotate the basket. Can be a bit hard to see with all these dots everywhere. So what you can actually do is you can do it from here. You can even adjust the outriggers. Look, so we can have the front left on wide because that's the side we're working over. So we'll put the right side on narrow because we're not working over that side. So that's going to save us a bit of room there. How good is that? And then obviously you can mess with all the settings here. Perfect. You can duplicate it. So if it's 2 trucks per site, you can duplicate it. Easy. Or again, you can delete it. You can send it back or forward. So where that comes in handy is, say you put this spider here, for example. And you get it all perfect. You're like, yes, this spider's going to go up here. It's going to use a telejib to go over there, because in theory it's a 39 metre or bigger. Oh, it's on grass. And I forgot to put down track mats. That's frustrating, isn't it? So we'll put these track mats over the spider, but now you can't see the spider. So what we'll do is we'll click send back. There you go, and now it's in the right position. So what we can actually do with track mats is, or with a few items we've got on here, you can extend them and it duplicates them. So rather than having to add loads of different track mats and putting them into position, you can extend them and it duplicates them. This also works with barriers. It also works with cones. Really cool. Really happy with that. You got your hazard zone and your drop zones. We've got some infrastructure stuff, telecoms, wind turbine, telephone line, power lines. Change the sag on these. I realise they're not yellow in real life, but I wanted it to stand out on whatever colour you lay them on, just to make it straightforward. And then obviously site cabins. So you can essentially map out the entire site using these. You can have multiple pages. So say it's a big site and you want to focus on different areas, you can put them over different pages. Really cool. And then what we'll do is we'll save this. So we'll save it as demo project. Put the what 3 words in. And then put the address in. Notes. 39mm spider. Oh, do I need to type the spider name in there? Probably not actually. What we'll do is we'll click machine and we'll find it in MEWP Finder. Because all these tools work with each other. So we'll click spider. We'll just search for it. In fact, we'll search for it again and I'll quickly show you this. So you got different buttons. You don't really have compare on this one, but you do have a little PDF button. So the PDF shows you a little preview. So you can just have a quick look. Yep, that's the one for me. Import it and it puts all the details here. Asset depends on what you've got clicked, so that changes the settings. So, and then file allows you to create new. Will obviously get rid of this one and create a new one. Load your pre-saved plans or save. So we'll save it. Then you can export that as just the image. You can export it as a plan, which will include all the information here and all the information here on the PDF. You can do a full report, which allows you to add a site survey to it. If you fill in a site survey form, hopefully you have, if it's a tricky one. And then you need to export that, and again, it creates a full PDF. So that's your berthing plan tool. So next is SiteHub. So what I wanted to do is create a tool that sort of works through every stage of a site survey really simply, and this works on mobile or desktop computer as well, so you can access it on site. So we'll search for a location, add location to SiteHub. Now it prompts you to do a berthing plan, so you'll do your berthing. Took a second to load then, didn't it? Do your berthing plan. So we'll just quickly add that one. We'll add that to site. And then you got your survey form. So you can fill your survey form in there. Jeffrey. This is your survey form, Jeffrey. And we'll select this. Select that. No, we won't. So what happens on this one is, you can ignore this one, you don't have to worry about this because we do the machine selection further down. But if you wanted a bit of help, this, as you're filling in the information, does filter the machines for you. But we'll show you how you do it on here. So instead, it pulls, again, your MEWP Finder tool. And you've got different options on this one. You've got select, which obviously adds it to the SiteHub, details or compare, or favourites. So you've still got more or less the same things. So clicking favourites, what we'll do is we'll just search for, hang on, clear all filters. I left some filters in earlier when I was messing around. So 39, select. So now, if we go back on this, so we'll go back over here, go back to demo. So you can see you've got all the information saved now. You've got the location, you've got the berthing plan, you've got your survey form, and then you've got your machine selection. So anybody asks you about this job, you've got everything, and you can export that in a PDF pack. So the PDF pack will include everything. It'll have a map, the written address. So it'll have this map, and then all this information here. It'll have the berthing plan, multiple pages if there is multiple pages. It'll have the full site survey form filled in. and it'll have your selector machine, but it'll have this information, the summarized information that we've inputted when we've added the machines to the website, and it'll have this manufacturer spec sheet. So everything will be in this pack. Soon going to be adding accessories, and that should be that'll pull in from potentially your berthing plan or your survey form. So that'll be your trap mats, your traffic management, that sort of thing. And then soon there'll be RAMs as well. So if you fill in some RAMs, or if you have some generic RAMs, you can attach that to this report, and it can all be sent in one go. So you've got survey form, spec sheet, berthing plan, and RAMs that'll all go in one go. So that's MEWPHUB. I hope you like it. It's free to try for now. Well, it's got a free tier, I should say. It's going to have a paid tier in the future. Well, it is set up now, but you could try the free one for now, see what you think. What it does is, what the difference is you get limited on the amount of berthing plans, surveys and audits and PDF exports you can do. If you pay, what will happen is we will allow you to upload your logo to the dashboard. That way, any reports that you send will have your logo on it rather than MEWPHUB, which I'm sure you'd all prefer. You can share plans to view. Then on the Pro version, has everything in premium, but also team collaboration. So what we're looking to do, if you're doing a berthing plan on here, and you're not 100% sure, so you want someone to have a look at it for you, you'll be able to share that with someone in your organisation, or someone you know that's good with spiders, hopefully me, and I'll be able to jump on your report with you, and we'll be able to collaborate live. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing, I'll be able to see what you're doing, and between us, we'll be able to come up with a solution on what machine's going to do the job. Yeah, so I hope you like it. Like I say, that's just a quick run through. There's going to be some more blog posts on there as well, and some more guides. There's going to be site safety. Well, there already is. There's going to be site safety forms on there, so you'll be able to do your pre-start when you get to site to operate a machine, risk assessment, safety audit if you're going and doing depot inspections or catching an operator on site and checking that you're happy with everything they do, or rescue procedures. All these reports you'll be able to fill in on from here and save them and export them, but they will be here forever in the cloud, accessible from mobile, desktop, tablet, wherever you want it, microwave, smart fridge, the lot. Yeah, so I hope you like it. That's MEWPHUB. We're going to be sort of adding a few more features to it and sort of tweaking it. It's 99% there, so you're more than you're more than welcome to try it. Like I say, it's free of charge to try. We've had some really good feedback. A chap called John's been using it for all of his surveys, and he's given us a really good testimonial, which I really appreciate. So if you're watching, thanks, John. Really appreciate it, buddy. So yeah, try MEWPHUB. Please give me some feedback. I'm at SpiderMewp or Matthew Dean on LinkedIn. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.